Hello, and welcome to Kirby's Classroom, the visual guide for the third and final boss in Another Mount Rokkon. This guide was created using the strats currently being used in the Materia Party Finder. This is the class setup that we'll be using for this guide. The fight begins with Kenki Release, a raid-wide AoE that puts up death walls. Heal and mitigate through this. Triple Kasumi Giri is the main mechanic that you'll see in this fight. The direction that Moko is facing is important for this, so I'm showing it with this yellow triangle. There are two main things for this mechanic, the cleave direction and the cleave color. If the color is orange, we need to be outside of the hitbox. If the color is blue, we need to be inside. The cleave symbol will have one section free, in this case it's the left. So for this we would have to be out and to his left. He shows two more and will then cleave in the order shown. After each cleave he will turn his back towards you. So for this pattern we have out left, then in back, and then out front. We get a second triple Kasumi Giri. I'm going to show this one too just because it's really important to understand how this works. For this we get out back, in front, and out left. This is followed by Lateral Slice, a Conal Tank Buster. Scarlet Auspice will hit with an AoE inside his hitbox. We pre-position to the west and east for Boundless Scarlet, which will drop these lines. Invocation of Vengeance will give everyone a spread debuff, and one support and one DPS a pair stack debuff. Check the timer to see which one will go off first. In this case, it's the spread. One player will be tethered, the boss will show a cleave, and two lines will begin to glow. When the fleeting Lai Giri cast finishes, the cleave will go off and the lines will expand. We have the tethered player move to the safe corner, away from both of the lines. The boss will jump to them and face in the same direction, so you have to face your character in the correct direction so he won't cleave anyone. The boss jumps, faces, and does his cleave. The lines grow, and then after, our spreads go off. Now the other lines glow, we just move to the other corner and deal with our stacks. We get another Kenki Release and then Shadow Twin. This is a full downtime mechanic, so you can just focus on solving it. Two Shadow Clones will spawn and tether to two random players. We have the supports pre-positioned northwest and the DPS southeast. If both people in the same role get tethered, we have our normal adjusters, the healer and melee DPS adjust, so we have one tethered player on each side. The shadows will show a cleave direction. The first one is always backwards. Moonless Night is a raid-wide, just heal through it and the boss becomes untargetable. Two hands will spawn, either north-south or east-west. We have the support group take the north or west safe spot, and the DPS group take the east or south safe spot. The shadows will show their second cleave, and the boss will have a symbol above his head. The symbol is pink, he's going to stun the two closest players. If the symbol is purple, he's going to stun the two furthest players. We have the two untethered players take these stuns. The tethered players will move and face, so that their back is safe from the cleave. The stuns go off, and the adds jump and cleave. Then we just move into our second cleave. He will do the exact same thing, with the other two players getting tethered. Deal with it the exact same way, and the mechanic is over. This is followed by Kenki Release and then Azure Auspice. Be inside his hitbox this time. And then Boundless Auspice creates the lines again. This time it's a water mechanic, so we get these water Exa lines. If you've done Euphrosyne, you've seen these in the Ulthic and Nymea fight. Check the order they go off, and dodge in when you see them go off. This is the worst pattern, where north and south go off right after one another. To dodge this, I usually dodge the rest of the waves, and wait until I see the wave coming from the other side right in front of me, and then just move in. This is the part that will take the most practice to get perfect, and is really something you just have to feel out for yourself. Around the same time as the last wave is going off, he'll show the first cleave in another triple Kasumi Giri, so be looking out for that. Afterwards, we get another Kenki release, and then the final mechanic, Soldiers of Death. This is really easy to solve, so don't worry. You'll spawn a bunch of soldiers around the outside. One of them is blue. This is the only important one. You'll also spawn 4 shadow clones in the middle that will each tether to one person and show a backwards cleave. The blue soldier will start pointing at either a short or far corner in line with him. He will do a large AoE that will hit the 2 closest cardinals. We have the DPS go to the east or west safe cardinal, and the supports go to the north or south safe cardinal. The shadows show their second cleave. If your second cleave is left, you'll take the left spot facing the wall. If your second cleave is right, you'll take the right spot facing the wall. We look towards the corners to aim our tethered clones. You want to be standing right next to the AoEs that show. The clones jump, do their backwards cleave, so we move to the numbered waymark. Then they do their side cleave, and we move to the letter waymark. The mechanic is over, and so is the fight pretty much. We get another triple Kasumi Giri, then a raid wide, then a tank buster, and then another 2 raid wides with some rage. If you manage to clear, congratulations. If not, then you'll get it next time. If you like this video, leave a like, comment, or subscribe. You can find me on Twitch or Twitter at BigKobeLive, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.